Hello everyone, in this video I'll be explaining you the problem destruction of the Dandelion Fields. So it was asked in Codeforces Round 1050 for division 4. Let's read out the problem. Farmer John has lawn mower initially turned off, so he also has n fields. With the ith field having ai dandelions, he will visit all the fields in any order he wants and exactly each field exactly once. Okay, Farmer John's lawnmower seems to have a mind of its own. I don't know if it has AI or something like that. So right before visiting a field, it checks if the field has an even or odd number of dandelions. So if it has an odd number, then the lawnmower toggles its state. If it is off, it turns on. If it is on, it turns off. Then if the lawnmower is on, it will cut all the dandelions in that field. Otherwise, if the lawn mower is off, then you know farmer John will simply visit the field and cut no dandelions, because the if lawn mower is off, so obviously they cannot cut it. So now the question is, if farmer John visits the n fields in optimal order, what is the maximum total number of dandelions he can cut? Okay, so got it. So let's take the input. So we have test cases. For every test case we have integer and number of fields which denotes, and for in the next line we have n separated integers, basically having values a1 a2 up till an, which is basically number of dandelions in each field, and it is guaranteed that the sum of n over all test cases does not exceed 2 into 10 power 5. Like, yeah, this n values will for all the test cases will not exceed 2 into 10 power 5. So let's understand this example and see. There are given 3 test cases, so let's take the first test case wherein n is 3. We have 3 fields, and in each field the dandelions are 2, 4, 6. So what they're saying is this lawn mower is initially off. It is initially off, and you have a field which have multiple dandelions in that, right? So if in this field the dandelions, if these dandelions are odd, so when you're visiting this field, if your lawn mower was off, so it will switch the state of the lawn mower, switch the state, which means if it is off it will turn on, if it is on it will turn off. What if the dandelions are even? So the state remains same. State remains same. So that is the question, and they've asked is what is the maximum number of dandelions the farmer John can cut. Maximum dandelions the farmer John can cut, that is the question. So let's understand this. You have a lawn mower, so you will be basically cutting the dandelions, but initially it is turned off, so you can take state as off. When it is off, no matter you move to any field, let's say you move to this field, it has even number of dandelions. So if it is even, the state will remain same. If it is even, the state will remain same, nothing will happen. So now you move to the next state, let's say. Sorry. So if that is the case, so here also it is even, so the state remains same. You will be simply moving into the field, you will not be cutting any dandelions. Again, if you move at this position, same thing will happen. So in this case, the number of dandelions that you have cut is 0. You have not cut any dandelions. So yeah, that is the answer for this case. So let's try to understand. The second, in the first example it is 0. In the second example, let's try to understand. We have 4 to 1 6. n is 4 and the dandelions are this way. So uh, initially your lawnmower state is off. So in order to make on, you will be moving to a field which has odd number of dandelions. So you will moving to this field. When you move to this field, your state of the lawnmower will turn on and you will cut one dandelion. So number of dandelions that you will be cutting is 1. And now you move to any field, doesn't matter. Let's say if you move to this field, so this is even number, so your state remains same, it will not be changing. If it is even, your state remains same. You will be, since it is on, it is you'll be cutting all the dandelions. You have done with this, you have done with this. Now let's move to this. Again, this is state is on, you will be cutting all the 4 dandelions. Again, you will moving to this position and you will cut all the dandelions. So in this case, the sum is 4, 13. So you basically cut all the dandelions. So one example, let me tell you, and you will understand how do we solve this. So in the first case we have seen, you did not had any odd number. So since state was not, your lawnmower state was off and you did not had any even any odd number, so your lawnmower state did not change, it did not on. So if it did not on, so you did not cut any dandelion, so answer was 0. So whenever you have all the even numbers, so your answer will be 0. I'm making this 13th video today, so I'm a bit tired. Now let's say you have dandelion this way, right? So if you have this way, you have 7 fields and each field you have dandelion 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Initially your lawnmower state is off. Let me denote it as 0. It is off. So in order to make on, what we'll do is we'll move to field having odd number of dandelions. So you move to this field, your state is turned on. Now you will cut all the dandelions. You will cut all the dandelions. You have cut 7 dandelions. Now since your motor is on, your lawnmower is on, so when it is on, so you try to visit all the even number of you try to visit the fields which has even number of dandelions, because since it is on, so you can easily cut it, because when it is on, you will not be changing a state. So you move to 6, you move to 4, you move to 2. So you have moved, like this one you have taken care, this one and this one. You have now 3 dandelions. See, among these 3, since the motor is on right now, lawnmower is on right now, if you visit the dandelion having odd number of fields, in that case the state changes. But you want to maximize the dandelion, you want to maximize the cut of the dandelion. So if you move to this position, so your lawnmower will be off and you cannot cut it. So whenever there is odd number and your state is on, you try to move to the lower, dandelions field having less dandelions. If you move at this position, so your state was on, you make it off, you will not be cutting it. And since in the question they said you can visit only one time, so you have visited one time. Now you will have to move to the other state. So now let's try to move to this state. If you try to move to this state, so your motor is on, off, you will be turning it on. But in this case only 3 dandelions you will be cutting. So you just move it to the higher field having higher dandelion. So in this case you will be cutting 5 dandelions, and this is done. This one is also done. Now you will be moving to field having less dandelion. So in this case your motor is on, it will turn off, so now you can't cut the dandelions. So the main intention from this simulation, what you understood is that a field, in all the fields, like what you will have to do is that you'll have to check if the field has at least one odd number. If it has at least one odd number, so in that case you will move to that field and basically cut all the dandelions, and then you will move to all the even fields, because moving to odd field will make the motor on, and moving to even field will make the motor remain in the same state. So in that case it's like you will be summing all the even numbers. So for this problem, how do you solve this? You have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So what you do is take odd numbers, 1 3 5 7. You took odd numbers and you take even numbers, 2 4 6. Okay, this is even numbers, this is odd numbers. So now what you do is, since you have at least one odd number, so you will be basically summing all the even numbers, because you may move to any field and motor will turn on, and you can move to these fields having even number of dandelions. And in order to, whenever you have odd number as at least one, so in even count will consider into your answer. Now how do you move to the odd number? As I said, you'll have to since initially state is off and your state will turn on, right? When you are visiting a field wherein the state is getting turned on, so visit a field which has more number of dandelions. So you will move first you will move to this field, and when you are moving to the odd number of field, field having odd number of dandelions, so when your state is 1, because you have visited here, your state is 1, you have collected all the dandelion. Now you will be moving to, let's say, this field. When you are moving to this field, your state will change to 0. So whenever the state is changing to 0, try to take the field which is having lesser number of dandelion in case of odd number. In case of even number, that is not the case, because when you move to any one field, after that you can move to all the fields of the even dandelion, and then you can come back and visit a field which is having lesser. Okay, since now motor is off, this will not consider into our answer. This you have considered it. Now you move to a field which has a higher number of dandelions. Again, this will count to your answer. So your answer will be like 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 5. Since your motor is turned on, now when you are moving to this field and you have visited this field, and your motor will turn off, and the simulation ends here. So basically what we'll have to do is, for the given input array, you just calculate the even sum, and you take odd elements in a vector and sort this in a either increasing way or decreasing way. So if you sort in this way, so the half, since you will be starting from maximum, so then next time you will go to the minimum, and then next time you will go again maximum, next smaller maximum, and from again next time you will move to the greater maximum, greater lesser. So it's like you will be taking only these two elements, because you have moved here, then moved here, then moved here, then moved here. What if you had, let's say, 9 7 5 3 1? So in that case you will be taking this answer. When you move to this position, so you have not cut the dandelions. Again here will come, you will cut the dandelions. At this position you will not cut the dandelions, you will cut the dandelions. So whenever odd number of field having odd number of dandelion are having even number of fields, so in that case 2 times half of the odd number of fields you will have to take. In this case you will have to take half plus 1, which is like 5 by 2. If you do 5 by 2 plus 1, you will have to do 5 by 2 is giving to you plus 1, which is 3. So when you sort in decreasing order, so you can take 3 elements. I think you guys got to know what is the problem statement and how it is optimal, and it's a greedy approach. So we have test cases. Test cases is taken care at this position, and for every test case we have integer n, which denotes number of field, and the following line will contain n space integers denoting number of dandelions in each field. So first let's take input of n, and I'll take long I've defined here as even sum, right? And for every test case I'm going to take the dandelion. I've took the dandelion. If this a modulo 2 equals to 0, which means it's a field having even number of dandelion, so in that case my even sum will be increased by a, right? Now I'll be taking one more vector. Again it is of type long not int. Long why I'm taking, because a of I element is 10 power 9 and we have at max 10 power 5 elements. So if you multiply this, it is going to be 2 into 10 power 14. So integer will not hold that much big numbers. I'll take just a vector, okay, and I'll take one boolean variable as odd, which will indicate we have at least one odd number. If that is the case, then we have an answer, or else we can do this way as well. Just take odd as vector. Here you will have to push into your order. If the present field has even number of dandelions, add into even sum, else push into the odd vector. Once you come out of the loop, you need to sort this odd in reverse order. Why I'm sorting in reverse order? Because from 0 till n by 2 plus 1 I'll be taking those elements, right? Now we need to check if this odd size is greater than 0, which means we have at least one odd number. So if that is the case, then we have answer, else we don't have answer. So in that case 0 is the answer. So okay, we'll sort in the this case only. If odd count is, which means we have at least one element, then we'll sort it. Now the thing is, we'll have to take one variable, let's say size, let me call length, which will be like basically how many elements you'll be taking from the left side. Since we have sorted in decreasing order, so you will be taking from 0 till length by size of the vector by 2. So it will be odd dot size minus 1 by 2. I'll be telling you why I update this minus 1. It's like when you have even number of elements, so even number 4 elements you have, minus 1 by 2 if you do, that is like 3 by 2, you have 1. So from 0 to 1 you will be taking the elements. So this is 0th and this is first. What if you have 5 elements? In that case 5 minus 1 when you do, it's like 4 by 2. You'll be taking from 0 to 2. This is 0th index, this is first, this is second index. This is clear, right? So now we have length. We'll be adding those odd number of dandelions into this even sum, and then we'll have to display the even sum. Let's try to run it. Here it got passed. Let's try to submit. So yeah, it got accepted. In this way you could have easily solved the problem. I think you guys got to know, and it was a greedy problem. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did not understand, you can comment. I'm very tired right now. Like I've shooted 13 videos today, like 7 videos for roadmap to become competitive program that you can see on the right top corner of the screen, and I've shooted 2 videos for lead code contest, and then 4 videos for code chef, sorry, code forces. So yeah, thank you guys. If you find helpful, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. Please subscribe. Bye.